Good morning, boys and girls. I am coming to you from my house. This is my art room, and this is where I like to do lots of art projects at home. And now that we get to teach at home, it's like the perfect spot for me to show y'all some really cool stuff. So we're going to be making a collage, and a collage is when you cut and glue paper. So you really need these things: scissors and glue. And collages can be anything you want to cut up. If you want to find a magazine and ask your parents first and cut little things that you see out of the magazine. You know how sometimes you get those catalogs, like an American Girl catalog or a toy catalog or some clothing catalog, and you can cut out pictures and glue them down. Collages are really easy ways to create art because all you got to do is have scissors, paper, and glue. Today we're going to be doing a simple one out of colored construction paper and just making some shapes. So you're going to need, well, let me show you real quick. This is an example of one that I made earlier with triangles, just triangles. And I made small, medium, and large shapes. And that's important because when you layer something or put it on top of something else, it's nice to use different size shapes. You guys all know what shapes are, right? Like circles, triangles, squares, rectangles. This is another one that I made, and this is the one that you're going to see in the video coming up. So this one I actually made a picture of something. There's a little house. So make sure you gather everything you need. You're going to need scissors and glue. You're going to need your little folder with your colored construction paper. And then we can make an awesome collage together. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do when you are ready to make your collage is gather up your supplies. You're gonna need paper. You wanna go grab the colored paper that I sent home with you in your little folder. And then if you want to get a sheet of white computer paper, you can as a background, or you can use one of your colors that you already have as a background. So we're going to be making a collage, like I said earlier, using big, medium, and small shapes. This one is all triangles. If you want to make one with squares, triangles, and circles, or whatever shapes you want, you can do that. I'm just going to show you kind of some different ways to do this. So I'm going to set this here. Make sure you have scissors and glue. And what I did is I took one of my colored papers and I cut it in half like this. And because you want to save some of this paper, you don't want to use all of it for this one project, so we can do more projects in the future together. So cut it in half. So you have one color that's like this, and then take your other color that you want to use and cut it again. So you cut your half and then you cut another piece smaller. Okay, so you're gonna have a half sheet and then a quarter sheet, and then you're gonna need a full sheet of your other color. Okay, here's my full sheet, and I already cut up my other one when I did my sample. So let me show you what that looks like. So if I want to make some squares, it's always easiest to cut your paper in half. That's kind of a rectangle, that's fine. Squares, rectangles, you know. I just need some big, actually this is pretty big, but let's go ahead and make another. This will work. I'm gonna call these my background shapes. If they're not all big, if some of them are medium, that's okay. And we're going to arrange them on our background page. And maybe this one can go here. Looks pretty good. I like to put my glue on the paper, on the background paper. It just goes a little bit faster. You can put it on here if it's easier for you. Now this is just filling in the background sheet. Now the word I want you to remember when we're done is layering. Layering is when you put something on top of something else, or overlapping. And when we make collages, we do a lot of layering. So I don't really need these. I can put them here, but you can't really see them. So I'm gonna just save them for another project for another day. Now I'm gonna take my next color, my half sheet, and I'm gonna make some smaller shapes. Not small, but smaller than these. So I can do some triangles, or I can go do, you know, some more rectangles. Cutting is really good for you pre-grammar kids because it really helps with your motor skills. Okay, these are all pretty much the same size. I'm gonna do a long skinny shape. And moms and dads, if you're watching, if you want to go ahead and cut up the papers for your little ones, and then they can arrange them, you can do that, or they can do it all by themselves. It's whatever you think. I'm gonna make a triangle. And then maybe I will make another just random shape. That doesn't even have to be anything. Okay. And now I'm going to layer these on top. So I can just glue them like this, or I can kind of try to design it how I feel like I want it to go. Maybe I'll put one of these inside of this one. You can look here at this other one. Maybe I will make this look like a house. That's fun. Maybe I'll put this right here in this middle section because it looks like it needs something. Maybe this triangle. Before I glue it, I can kind of move it how I want it to go and say, where do you think it should go? Maybe it can overlap like that. That looks kind of fun. Let me try that. Okay, and then this guy, kind of too big. Maybe I will cut him again. There. Actually, I like this one better. All right, so that's gonna go like that. Okay, and I'm gonna save all this extra scraps for later. Next, I'm gonna take my other paper, my other color, and I'm gonna make small, okay? So small has to be smaller than this. So I'm gonna start by cutting off this corner here. Yes, that is smaller. Maybe I'll do about 6. I'll do a circle. Circles are kind of tricky, so you might want to have your mom and dad do that. Maybe I'll make some little squares. The easiest way when you make little squares, you cut a long strip like this, and then you can go like this. Snip, 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 snip. And I'm going to see how tiny I can make a shape. Can I make one super tiny? Whoa, that is little. Okay, let me make a few more. Just random shapes. Now these are all pretty angular. Those of you who are a little bit older, you can try to like do some kind of curved lines like that. So they're a little bit more organic and not so sharp and straight. Also, this is kind of cool. So these are where, this is where I cut out my other shapes, and these are called negative shapes. That means I can still use this for my collage if I want to. Like I can take this and glue this, and look, it makes kind of like a window. So that's kind of fun. I like that. So I'm gonna move these over and I'm gonna start gluing. And again, arrange it without gluing it and say, where does this look good? I don't know, where should I put this? And then you can glue it down. So maybe I'll make little windows on my house. You don't have to make a house. I just thought it looked like a house, so I feel like making it a house. There's a door, look at that. Oh look, there's my tiny little triangle. I'm gonna put that over here because I like it. Well, I lost it. Nope, there it is. Okay, maybe I'll put this like this. Looks kind of like a sun. I wasn't even trying to do that. Look at that. And then maybe I'll just start doing some random decorating over here. See how this one's on top of this one? You overlap a little bit. Right? And sometimes I like making little shapes all in one little clump. I don't want to glue these on here, just so I won't be able to see them. So I'm gonna put them on this blue. I'm gonna do a big section of blue. And I'm just gonna stick these together in like a little friendly group, like they're all friends and they wanna be together. And I'm gonna move this little triangle because I think he wants to be in the middle. Ta-da! If you wanna make a picture of something, you can also do like little, you know, like make a little tree or some flowers. It doesn't have to be a house or a picture of anything. It can just be, you know, kind of random and abstract. So I'm gonna cut the roof off of this thing because I think I like it better like that. And then I'm gonna probably put it down here. So again, these are two different collages. We used layering, which was our word that I wanted you guys to remember, which is the same thing as overlapping. I cannot wait to see what you did. If you take a, if you want to send me a picture, make sure you take your name tag. This is my daughter's, and put it kind of like that. And then when you take a picture, make sure you hold the camera like bird's eye view and send it to me. I'd love to see them. Have fun, guys.